I then like to announce Dalia Seglina from Latvia. We are glad that you are here, and I see you will speak about Tocopherols and Tocotrienols from Seabuckthorn oil, I guess, from berry oil, from pulp oil. So please, we are interested to hear your presentation, and the floor is yours.
Thank you, Thomas, and hi all. And it is very nice to see you all for, I think, few years. It is very long time. And I try to share my presentation. Okay.
We can see.
Yes. Okay. And today I would like to introduce you about a 1 hour work. I think it is very interesting, more focused on nutritional purpose and about products, what we use each day in our life. And this tocopherol and tocotrienol content in Seabuckthorn berry beverage in Baltic countries, and what is the impact of the cultivar. Short content of presentation, a little introduction, material and methods and results, and I did some recommendation for manufacture after a few years work with entrepreneurs. I think it is not necessary to explain Seabuckthorn benefits, because when you open in internet, we can find a lot, 6 benefits, 10 benefits, 8 benefits back. Actually, it is true that Seabuckthorn is excellent source of polyunsaturated fatty acids, of course. They have good effect on cardioprotective, on both the immune system, help reduce symptoms of dry eye. And here I would like to stop a few seconds and say that it is really works. And according to suggestions from colleagues from Finland, from Petralarmo and their colleagues and these clinical trials, I did the same. I used, and I can promise it really works. Seabuckthorn oil, few capsules or few drops each day, at least for 6 months, and dry eye stopped. Of course, liver and pancreas support, fight depression, and other good benefits of Seabuckthorn we can find and see in our life. What about tocopherols? Tocopherols and tocotrienols homologues are bioactive compounds, and these unique physicochemical properties, and of course this biological activity, especially for vitamin E. Vitamin is essential for different our physiological functioning in human body, and one of the important things is this cardiovascular and reproduction system. Several scientific papers and clinical trials believe that tocotrienols may help to prevent against cancer, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, and other. What is the recommended daily allowance? As Nikos said, that it is quite high, and before 1988, it was for women 8 milligrams per day and for men 10 milligrams, but from 2005 years, this value has been raised, and for both adult men and women, now it is 15 milligrams. Juice and nectar are the main product manufactured from Seabuckthorn, but a second most important product since ancient times is oil. Richest food products with tocotrienols, of course, are traditional and unconventional oils. During Seabuckthorn juice production, part of oil can be removed from the juice and used for other purposes, but juice could be used for development of beverages, drinks, and other products. As the world market of food and beverage product expands daily, I think that this nutrition value and the label is becoming highly important. And what we see in Europe, according to European regulations, we see that important to mention about energy, about fat, carbohydrate, proteins, salt, fiber, and if you would like, you can mention special compounds, for example, vitamin C. If we compare this with United States, that nutrition fact label updated in 2016. And why? Because some important diseases, as heart disease, diet, what they need, and you see that previous it was only total fat, of course, calories, cholesterol they would like to see here, sodium, carbohydrates, protein, and some vitamins, vitamin A and vitamin C, and 2 microelements, calcium and iron. Then in new one, you see that it is important to show vitamin D, calcium, iron, and potassium. Dietary fiber, of course. No mention at the moment about vitamin E or tocopherols. But therefore, our research, our aim of our research was to investigate the concentration range of tocopherol and tocotrienol homologs in Seabuckthorn berry beverages, and as material we took 28 different products commercially available in all Baltic States countries. And to compare, we prepare in lab scale juice from 6 various cultivars: Augustinka, Botanička, Ljubiteljska, Prozračna, Lučista, Marie, and Tatjana, which is grown in Latvia. Some methods, information about methods that for homologs alpha, beta, gamma, and delta, tocopherol and tocotrienol we use as standard. Characterization was done using HPLC system, and antioxidant activity by the pH SI we compare with this tocopherol content. Here is information about what we found, and you saw that you see that very big, very large variation between alpha tocopherol, which is the most important, and of all tocopherol, and high abundance of this alpha tocopherol characterized of the soft parts of Seabuckthorn pulp and of course skin. The mean and range of concentrations of all tocopherols and tocotrienols homologs in the Seabuckthorn beverages were not dependent on the market or this product origin, but more it is this concentration about how big amount of juice or puree are included in this product. Therefore, we use and separate this information in 2 products. One is nectar, and second it was juice.
Yes.
What we see that alpha tocopherol, of course, in nectars is lower than this range than in juice. The same situation we see about the thiolate, beta, gamma, and delta tocopherols and tocotrienols. Few things I would like to highlight, and first, that total content of tocotrienols was on average of 5 times higher in juice, of course, than in nectars. And second, for each of tocopherol and tocotrienol homolog in the nectars, the standard deviation had approximately similar value as the mean concentrations of the individual tocotrienol. We know that in European Union, according to this regulation, nectar must contain at least 25% of Seabuckthorn juice or fruit puree. Based on our recorded concentration of tocochromonols, these minimum requirements were not met in some of studied nectar products. It means that maybe several companies who produce this nectar add less than it is necessary. And what we found that only 4 products have declared concentration of vitamin E on the label. To compare, we know that the concentration of tocochromonols is dependent on the harvesting time, but more importantly, it is cultivar. And of course, content of vitamin E can change and can have impact on storage time and of course condition. Therefore, we would like to compare with pure juice from different cultivars, and these 6 cultivars we tested. What we found, the same situation that alpha tocopherol we found in this 85% of all tocochromonols in Seabuckthorn juice. And what I would like to highlight here in our research, you see that Augustinka had the biggest amount of alpha tocopherol, but at the same time Prozrachnaya the lowest. I think that it was our a little maybe mistake, not mistake, how to say, bad harvesting time had influence, because in our research we found that Prozrachnaya have a higher content of alpha tocopherol. Next is good variety is this cultivar Tatiana and other. Compare other tocopherols and tocotrienol homologues, we saw one interesting thing that beta tocopherol compared to gamma tocopherol, you see that in all these varieties, it is a higher concentration than gamma tocopherol. And it is unusual phenomenon in plant world because Seabuckthorn is one of plants where we have such a situation, and other is reported in coffee beans and is apple seeds as raw material. Average and this highest concentration in both cases of studied samples was similar. However, you see that you saw that this standard deviation almost twice higher, and the minimum of tocochromonols is 3-fold lower for the commercial juices compared with juices prepared in lab scale. What it means, our research indicated that the lower content of tocopherols and tocotrienols in some commercially available Seabuckthorn juices could influence or maybe the result of recipe or addition of cheaper substitutes. Very important is different varieties or species, as well possible that in part in some of them is used part of the lipid fraction was removed from this obtained juices. As we know that tocochromonols are strong lipophilic antioxidants, and in order to determine and compare this antioxidant activity, we use DPPH assay and capacity of scavenging of free radicals by DPPH. We compare with concentration of tocochromonols and found that significant correlation between this total content of tocochromonols in Seabuckthorn products and scavenging of free radical were found. Some conclusions. Commercially available Seabuckthorn berry beverages had a wide range of vitamin E content and other tocopherols and tocochromonols. You see from 0.25 it was in some beverages till clear juice. The findings of our study highlight that only part of Seabuckthorn berries berry product especially juices, can be considered as rich source of tocophenols. And our results about the beverages showed a strong association between the concentration of tocophenols in beverages with antioxidant activities of the tested samples. And what about nutritional point? Inclusion of the tocopherol content on the label of Seabuckthorn beverage should be included, at least to facilitate and improve the consumer's control on their vitamin E daily dietary intake. And I think that it is important, and maybe as European Union sometimes change and make some improvements in this information on label, then maybe in next years we put more and more attention on it. And some recommendation for manufacturers. Now we are working together with 3 small and medium entrepreneurs, enterprises, and people are more and more educated.
3 minutes.
Yes, and it is very important to use the same raw material. For example, Seabuckthorn cultivars, if you would like to develop a new product. The optimal ratio of red and yellow Seabuckthorn berries has a positive effect on taste, aroma, color of the juice, and including nectars. And it is also important to assess the sugar and acid content of the berries, because then you can manage with added sugar or other sweetener or other ingredients in this new product. And I would like to say many thanks to my colleagues Pavel, Inge, and Inta for this invested work. And you can find full paper in this journal. And thank you for attention.
Yes, thank you very much. Very. And if you agree, I would like to make a short comment, yes, on this labeling problem, because if you look around in the world, maybe not only to Germany or to European community and US market, but you look to Australia or to Japan and see what they recommend or what they asked producers to put on the label. Finally, I see that there is no general concept. Yes, because we know all nutrients are important for nutrition. Yes, and of course, labeling sometimes is done to influence the consumer to eat some products that contain healthy components like vitamins that are in deficiency. But finally, I think it is no good idea to make labels bigger and bigger and to declare finally 30 or 40 compounds. No average consumer will understand what is written there. This is one thing, very political question, yes. But I think what you showed and what is very interesting for me, if we have apple juice or orange juice, we mostly know that all of the juice is diluted by water or not diluted by water, and we have drink or nectar or juice. Yes, if we speak about Seabuckthorn juice or Seabuckthorn nectar, we say, okay, 25 or 100% content is necessary, but nobody speak about the internal quality of the raw material, how much of the lipids you remove by centrifugation or by separation, yes? Yes. So as much oil you gather during processing, as less vitamins, fat-soluble vitamins you will have finally in your juice. And this is my question, what do you think? What should be the recommendation? We know oil is very important for producers from the economy view on this product. What do you think? What will be the future development?
Thank you. Thank you for your comments. Yes, it's true. I think and I suggest and work together with entrepreneurs, and we decide that at first, raw material, it is the basic important thing to use for preparing, for developing new products. And of course, maybe more focused on marketing, on session to include on label or in some other information leaflets for consumers to show that, for example, this nectar is prepared from pure one cultivar which contains at least, I don't know, maybe vitamin C or vitamin E in high level, and you will have more healthy product. Yes, it's true that once again we checked several varieties and found that content in basic product will very important to have very healthy end product.
Yes, I completely agree with you. And I'm thinking about if it is necessary to declare if Seabuckthorn juice products are produced from de-oiled raw juice to show to the consumer that this product not contain the healthy part of Seabuckthorn oil and fat-soluble vitamins.
Yes, it is important to mention if you use the fat juice for production, it is necessary to inform consumer.
Are there questions that would be like to ask to Dalia? So, David, microphone.
Yes, just a comment in terms of if there was consistency across everybody that we all look to voluntarily label one particular nutrient we wanted to push, so consumers identified that particular special nutrient with Seabuckthorn, we might start to make some consistent progress with marketing. You know, as Dalia said, you know, you go on the internet and Seabuckthorn is the magical cure for everything, which makes consumers quite cynical. If consumers like simplicity and clarity and credibility, and I think that, you know, that's where we should be coming from. And we can put things on the label. We need to be consistent about where we're going with it.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you again, Dalia, for presentation. Okay, so thank you very much, Sana. Very interesting and glad to hear.